Stepping on board a boat for the first time can be a daunting prospect for some. There are a myriad of names and terminology that may seem foreign to newcomers at first. Don't worry though, because today we're going to take a look at some of the very basic terminology that we see on board a boat, and specifically this Lagoon 46 that we're on today. Starting at the very front, we don't call it a front, we call it a bow. It is the front of the boat on a catamaran. We have two bows, a port and a starboard bow. Talking of port and starboard, this is another word, or two more words, for the words left and right. This is important as it is irrespective of your position on the boat. Starboard simply refers to the right-hand side of the boat when you are facing forwards. While we're on the front of the vessel, we'll just look at the jib. This is the foresail, and it's also called a genoa. It's the smaller triangular sail on the front of the boat. This is a standard sail, and it pairs nicely with the mainsail. The mainsail is mounted directly onto the mast, and on a catamaran like this is more of a rectangular shape. The mainsail is called the mainsail not because it is the mainsail, but because it is mounted on the main mast. On this boat we only have one mast, obviously. Talking about the mainsail and the mast, it's important to take a look. The mast is the vertical aluminium pole which stands up in the middle of the boat that all the rigging is mounted to. There are standing rigging which support the mast and hold it in one place, and then there is running rigging. The running rigging is the movable, flexible ropes or lines. These control the sails and the rigging. Mounted at 90 degrees to the mast, we have an aluminium piece of metal called the boom. This runs along the bottom of the mainsail, and this gives structure to the bottom edge of the mainsail when sailing and provides the perfect seat for the sail to come down to rest on when you're not sailing. The flybridge is where it all happens. This is where you control the boat from, and there are a number of quite important points here that we should point out. The helm or the wheel. This is a helm position, and it's also where the wheel is mounted. This is for controlling the boat, for driving and steering. This connects through the substructure of the boat to the rudders. Being a catamaran, we have two hulls and two rudders. A rudder is a vertical vane which sticks down into the water and is moved by the wheel to control the direction of the boat. At the helm station we have a plotter. This is called a chart plotter or a multi-function display. This piece of equipment is a digital view of the maps and the seabed around. Much like when you're driving your car, you may have an overview of your position with the surrounding area. This gives great insight into the structure below us, as well as the structure on the land, so that we can effectively locate ourselves. This also includes a GPS coordinates, so you know exactly where you are. Throttles. We have a throttle in a car. We've got two throttles on this Lagoon 46 here, being a catamaran. These are connected to the engines and give us thrust both forwards and reverse when we need it. Moving to the aft section of the boat. Aft refers to the back of the boat, as bow refers to the front. We also call the aft area on the boat the stern. Now the stern is the very back of the boat. The stern is the very stern of the boat, I should say. The 90-degree section across the stern of the vessel is called the transom. This is the bit at the very back. I'm standing on the stern at the aft of the boat near the transom. Just in front of me here we have the galley. This on a boat is, in other words, the kitchen, food prep and the cooking area. We're in the saloon at the moment. It is not a place you go to get your hair done, and it's not pronounced salon. It's called saloon, and it is the main living area of the boat. This is often where the galley is situated or close by, as well as lounging, dining table and TVs. Now on a boat we don't have bedrooms, we have cabins, and the nautical terminology doesn't stop here. In the deck just above my head here, we don't have windows, we have hatches. These are deck-mounted hatches which open for ventilation. You might think this looks like a bed just behind me here. It's not a bed, it's a berth, otherwise known as a bunk, but more commonly a berth. So this cabin can cater for two people in a double berth. Now underneath my feet here, and the very lowest point inside the hull of the vessel, being a catamaran we have two on this one, is the bilge. This is the very lowest point where any leakages, any water collects, and we can safely pump it out over the side. So that brings us to the end of this terminology video, talking about just a few of the specific boat-related words that you find on a cruising catamaran like this. If you did enjoy the content, do get in touch. If you'd like to learn more about this amazing vessel and the opportunities available through Galley, we'd be more than happy to have a chat with you to show you all the boats that we have in our fleet. My name is Joe Fox from the team at Galley. Thank you.